recording. I hit record. We were talking about Charlotte being in NXT because for some reason they didn't have anything for her, which I find really weird.
After WrestleMania, she just came back. Charlotte's on NXT, and she just beat the shit out of the Io Shirai.
I think I'm looking at the picture of that.
And then Rhea Ripley's back, so they're going at it for a second time.
Actually, kudos to Charlotte for going back to NXT, because I always thought maybe she had like an ego going. But if she's willing to go to NXT and just chill there, can't be that. I don't know.
Well, you say that like it's deprecating to go to NXT.
Some people would think it is.
NXT is the better of the products. And
it is.
The better wrestling's happening.
It is, because they don't. Vince doesn't care about rehearsing everything down in NXT. I don't think he doesn't even care.
Huh? The reason why Charlotte doesn't care is because like the workers know those things. They know that the better wrestling happens there.
Yeah.
And NXT is televised now, anyways. So.
True.
What's the difference?
Yeah. It's just perception. That's all. Like in the general masses, I think the only problem I could see there, because yeah.
I mean, really, more people are watching NXT because that's the competition for AEW, so they want to see what's going to happen. So really going to NXT was the better move because she's going to get more eyes on her.
Isn't AEW beating NXT still?
I don't know.
I mean, that's their major show, and if they can't even beat NXT, that'd be a problem in terms of like
they weren't beating them for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, they never did. Maybe they did.
Televised NXT auditions.
Yeah. That's why their world title is never considered a world title anymore. But about this guy whose name I keep mixing with Killian Dane.
Karrion Kross.
Yeah.
The dude looks good. Watch some of his Impact stuff. He's solid.
He was in Impact?
Yeah. Terrifying dude.
Or Impact.
You see what I mean about him looking like an ex-con, though?
Oh, yeah. I'd be nervous.
He looks like the dude from American History X.
I wouldn't. I'd probably be afraid to work with him.
Except if he was played by somebody scarier than Edward Norton.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the point? He's supposed to look like Edward Norton, so they hired Edward Norton.
Probably.
I never saw the movie.
Like, why this dude's not using the curb stomp, I don't know.
Yeah, that's legal again.
Yeah.
Isn't Weenie Man still using it?
Yeah, he is. I just don't know how I feel about another person using a choke for a finish.
Oh. Who else is doing it? Samoa Joe and then Shayna Baszler?
Yeah.
They having Baszler feud with Charlotte yet? Or is she in the main roster?
She's on the main roster.
Oh yeah, she is. She was wrestling for the women's belt. My bad.
Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch.
My kids call her Becky Lunch.
I love it. I'm still amazed that Charlotte is on NXT though, because they didn't have anything for her. Because like for years, that's all they had was stuff for her. They care about other wrestlers now?
I guess so.
Well, maybe because it's the women's division, which Vince never really cared about.
Bailey's solid now. They just need to fire Sasha. Because I hate her.
Because she ended everyone's career. Everyone's.
Yeah, okay, women's wrestling on NXT is the best women's wrestling in the world right now.
Yeah, I can't really argue.
Yeah.
But Asuka.
Yeah, Asuka's good, but with the collective amount of shit on the main roster, it kind of cancels her out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like who?
Remember that brief window when the women's roster on the main product was actually good?
Yeah. And it was considered the best.
Yeah.
What happened to it? They all quit? Disperse?
They all slowly became shittier.
Yeah, Sasha started hurting everybody she worked with.
Well, I guess Bailey's okay now. Becky became good and then shitty again.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never been too impressed with her.
Charlotte's the only one that's been consistent. Paige started taking dicks on camera and then got hurt.
No, she was already hurt by that point.
Oh yeah, well.
But maybe they'll fuse her neck like they did Edge's and she'll be able to wrestle again.
She'll get to have a 40-minute last man standing match.
Yes! But not with Sasha.
I don't want her to wrestle again.
Yeah.
Because she's aged, like, okay. How old do you think she is now?
30.
Mid-20s?
Fuck.
Because she's younger than I am.
That's right, she is younger than us.
She's in her mid-20s. Why does she look like she's fucking 35?
Probably because drugs.
She looks old as shit. Is that what Xavier Woods' dick does to you? Yeah, Andrew used to have the hots for her big time, but now I think he's grossed out by her.
I've always been on the fence.
I'm very much repulsed by Paige.
Also, I'm in between. Oh, well, no, it looks like I'm the only one attracted.
I'm slut-shaming Paige right now.
How dare you? Also, there were 2 guys in that video, not just Xavier Woods. That's why everybody's like, who?
Brad Maddox.
He's the other one?
Yeah.
That's what he was doing with his career?
Yeah.
I don't know who Brad Maddox is.
You don't have to. Like, there's just nothing to him.
Like, yeah. Well, he wasn't being booked to wrestle, so he figured he might as well do something.
Has he been fired yet?
He hasn't been with the company for a long time.
How long was he with them?
A long time.
Didn't they have him as a backstage producer at some point?
Unsure.
Yeah. Whenever they don't have something for you, eventually you go back there.
I heard WWE.
Woo woo woo.
I heard WWE is bringing back Crime Time.
Could we not?
They better be setting up a program for them and the Street Profits.
There were people on Twitter comparing the Street Profits with there's like a black tag team in AEW, which I guess they're nothing alike.
Oh,
but people are like,
was it Gin and Juice?
I don't know what they're called.
Think that's the name.
I think one of them has white hair.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, people are like, oh, this is just Street Profits. It's like,
yeah, they're very similar.
Oh, they are? Like,
they
they actually have similar gimmicks? Oh.
Yeah, they're very similar.
Maybe it's just AEW marks saying you're racist.
Both of their gimmicks are they're the loud black party guys.
Oh. Yeah, why does that happen? Tell us. Both of you.
I mean, why is Lucha House Party a thing?
They didn't have anything for them.
Because they have all these Mexicans and don't know what to do with them.
Yeah.
When I hear Lucha House Party, what I think of is like a luchador themed Full House remake. And that's what I want it to be.
I would take that. That would actually get them ratings. That would be such good shit.
Make it a sitcom, but it's with Lindsay Dorado, Kalisto, and Mascara Dorada.
Kalisto's still around?
Yeah. No. Maybe. I don't know.
Backstage producer.
Oh, now they got he's had a couple matches on NXT now in the Cruiserweight tournament. El Hijo del Fantasma.
Oh, I think I've heard the name.
Yeah, dude's pretty fucking solid. And what's this NXT fucking thing where they're having these dudes in gold wrestling, like gold lucha masks, kidnapping people? It's very TNA of them. Like this black van pulls up and these dudes in gold lucha masks jump out and throw people into the van.
Moa Joe's run a kidnapping ring because he's scarred from his old days of being kidnapped.
They tried it on El Hijo del Fantasma and he beat the shit out of them.
He's like, get this TNA shit out of here. He just beats them up. There's like 20 of them and he just takes them all on out of spite. He's like, fuck this.
Well, it could be good though. Like if they make it, it ends up being that El Hijo del Fantasma is actually the head of it.
Bruiser Brody Lee, he calls himself Brody Lee. He's doing that too, where he's got lucha masked men running around being a cult.
Yeah. The Dark Order.
Yeah.
Where it's oh god, I hate that they got rid of but because of AEW, the tag team Super Smash Bros had to change their name.
What?
Because okay, the chunky mass dude that's in the Dark Order, his name is Player Uno.
They call themselves the Super Smash Brothers?
Yes, he goes by Evil Uno now. But before that, he was Player Uno, and the dude that was with him was Player Dos. And they were the Super Smash Bros. And when at certain promotions, when they would do their finisher, like over the intercom, it would say finish him, and then a light would come down on the ring. Everything else would go pitch black, and they'd hit their finisher, and it would say fatality.
I mean, that's pretty interesting.
Like Player Uno would wear like a turtle shell backpack on his back, and then he'd get into the ring, put it down, and kick it at people's shins, and they go flying. It was all just video game related stuff. And I'm sad that's gone because they're televised.
Yeah.
And they can't have all that.
They should try just to be different.
It needs to go back to Chikara.
And when they went heel, they just switched to all the bad guy characters.
Oh. Kippy, tell us about wrestling.
It's a thing that's on TV.
Oh.
Why did they change the Dirty Deeds?
Because it.
Yeah.
They don't like head drops.
Yeah, it was a nasty head drop before.
I mean, it's an easy move to take. It's a headlock driver.
And your arms are still able to catch you.
Right.
They're just up
However,
like this.
the finisher he uses now you cannot catch yourself.
Mankind's
he does a double underhook and then lifts you up in the air and drops you on your fucking head.
I haven't seen this one.
It's the double arm DDT.
He calls it something else. I forget what it's called. Okay, I'm looking it up.
Mankind's was more just drop them on their face, like he would just fall back with them. That reminds me of like Triple H, how sometimes his pedigrees, he would keep people's arms locked and drop them down. Other times he would let them go. I think it's people he liked, he would let their arms go. People he didn't like, he would just drop them.
Okay, so John Moxley calls it the Death Rider or the Paradigm Shift.
How's he been doing?
I have to see this shit.
He's just gonna show it. Oh yeah, seeing him in wrestling trunks is weird.
Okay, well, that's not it. Here it is.
Oh, that could end badly.
Such a dick. Like, there's no way this is safe.
That's not. Yeah, what he just did was not safe at all. Oh! That actually looked safer because he turned it into more of like a suplex at the end, but I don't think that was on purpose.
No.
I think the guy was like, fuck this, and he starts flipping himself halfway through when he saw the ground come up.
The move is really unsafe.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but I like to see more of that.
You know what move was really unsafe that I fucking love?
Huh.
The border toss from Hernandez.
I've never heard of this.
I know that one.
Oh, come on.
Who's Hernandez?
Willie Hernandez.
Who? I don't get these
Baseball
references.
Pitcher?
What's that?
Oh, it's something that used to exist.
I like that sick intro. Where the fuck is this?
To be set to. Oh.
It's a launching crucifix bomb.
That's safe.
It's Hernandez from LAX in TNA.
I didn't watch TNA.
It was Hernandez and Homicide.
Good.
Yeah, it's a border toss.
That is nasty, though.
And his partner, Homicide, does the Gringo Killer. You know what that is?
No.
The Vertebraker.
Wait, what's the Vertebraker?
Fuck, guys.
I haven't seen the Vertebraker in a long time, so I don't remember what it is.
You're the professional amongst us.
Yeah.
He called it the Gringo Killer or the Cop Killer.
I'm just the longtime fan that has to
keep watching?
Yep. I drop in and out because wrestling makes me sad now. I do want to give AEW more of a try, but then I see the Dark Brotherhood and I think maybe I'm not missing anything. I swear that looked like John Cena for a minute. Oh, God, that move.
Damn.
Yeah, that move is sick.
Yeah.
I would hate to take that move. That's gonna fuck your spine up.
Dan's just gonna have to edit in the actual video of that while that's playing.
Hell no. I like that.
That would take work.
I like seeing that. I gotta make videos about Shadow the Hedgehog's butthole, okay? That's where all my work goes.
That's where all the editing prowess needs to focus itself.
And Jeff Dunham and cocaine. Or hero meth. That's where all that goes.
Hey, now you can use Jeff Dunham in the thumbnail.
What if they start doing the Raw guest host things again, and they have Jeff Dunham and they have him interact with Bray Wyatt and the Funhouse Gang?
No. Only if his puppets are getting murdered. And he ends up getting murdered.
Vince McMahon's listening to this right now, and he's getting ideas.
Stop giving him ideas, Devin. He can come up with his own bad ideas.
And they've talked about bringing back the guest host thing recently. They're thinking about doing it. They think it'll help ratings.
No, it won't.
Because investors are getting nervous about the ratings, and Vince is like, "Oh, this is normal." And I guess they're trying to sue him now. Shareholders are trying to sue Vince for misrepresenting things about the company's status.
All right.
You had Vince Russo booking for you secretly again?
AEW is getting fined by the New Jersey Athletic Association
for wrestling still.
Yeah,
because they're not essential.
Yep.
Dude, Tony Khan is worth like 10 Vince McMahons. He could totally buy his way into being essential.
He could just buy New Jersey.
Yeah. Yeah, they'd make more than all of New Jersey combined.
Oh, I thought you said they would just make more New Jersey.
He could. Tony Khan could make another New Jersey.
Just starts building off the shoreline.
Uh-huh. He could buy land and have it dumped and, have the foundation built.
He could do a Lex Luthor and Superman Returns.
He really could.
Plant seeds to make a new land and call it New Jersey.
Yeah. Where I think like Vince is barely a billionaire on a good day. Tony Khan is like 10 times that.
You know he lost a shit ton of money from XFL having to cancel their season.
Yeah.
He was part of XFL?
Who, Vince?
No, I thought you were talking about Tony Khan still.
No, Vince.
Oh, no.
Because I was like, oh shit, Tony bought in on that too? Like, hey Vince, I know we're competing, but let me in on the XFL.
Doesn't Tony Khan already owns a football team?
Yeah. What's his...
A legitimate one.
His son's the one that like runs the company, right? And Tony Khan is the one that owns it.
Oh, I don't know, man.
But yeah, back to Vince.
It's just really funny to me that he was all like, "Oh yeah, the XFL season for 2020 is going to be so good, such good shit," and then
XFL was doing well.
Yeah,
I know, but
yeah,
in light of everything,
yeah, they were just losing too much, and it wasn't catching on enough when it was doing well. But he finally did everything right with the XFL this time. By just buying up another small league.
He just happened to get screwed by circumstance this time.
Yeah. All he did was buy another small league up and rebrand it instead of building it from the ground up this time. But yeah, and then he tried to file for bankruptcy because he had personal ownership of XFL this time. It wasn't like Titan Entertainment or whatever. It was just him. So he's doing like a personal bankruptcy thing. Never mind that side business he has. That's making him billions.
billion.
Yeah, that's true.
Making him billion.
Yeah. Yeah. Because all stocks have to do is tank a little bit, and then he's a 3/4 billionaire. And then he fires a bunch of people and is a billionaire again.
So what do you think they did with all those pyros that they were going to use for WrestleMania? Are they
Put them in
just
storage
sitting in
for
the
next
back?
year. Yeah. Because they can't use them now.
What's the shelf life on fireworks?
Fuck it, try them anyway.
Vince has just got pinch pennies. Be like, you know those fireworks we bought last year for Mania? Just use them this year.
Yep.
They're just gonna fizzle and not really explode.
Maybe they ferment and become extra potent. I'm hoping for that.
How that works.
I wish. And just like double the yields. The stadium is blowing up. Like, Vince
Goldberg's
just killed.
Skin melts off.
Yeah.
That would be doing us a favor.
You put this shit in my sparklers? Yes. We had to
I
use
really
it.
wish they would have taken Goldberg and given like a stereotypical Jew gimmick.
Oh Christ!
You really think that didn't cross Vince McMahon's mind? When they first hired him?
Basically what Gilbert was?
No, Gilbert was just making fun of him in every way.
Gilbert was just skinny Goldberg.
Yeah, he was just anti-Goldberg. We never got our bald man match. Austin versus
Stone Cold?
Yeah, because that was like the big thing to compare when I was in like 5th grade.
Okay, when I was in 5th grade, I wasn't really super into wrestling, and I went over to a kid's birthday party, and he had wrestling action figures, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll play." And they were telling me the names, and I just continually that entire day picked up a Stone Cold action figure and kept calling it Goldberg.
Bet that made him happy.
I didn't give a shit. I was 5. No, sorry, not 5. I was in 5th grade.
Yeah.
Yikes. Bit of a difference.
Yeah.
You might have been 5 when we were in 5th grade. Well, I'm not 5 years older. How old are you?
I'm turning 30 this year.
Oh, you're only a couple years. Now we're talking about age and being boomers. I really do miss the Attitude Era, even though it had its shit. I just loved tuning in to see Austin spray beer on people. I even like Ruthless Aggression Era more now.
Yeah, it was pretty solid.
I hated it then because Kane was gone.
I got into wrestling at the end of the Attitude Era. Like the very end.
So NWO was like fizzling out?
I think they had already fizzled out.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like the beginning of Ruthless Aggression.
I got to see Rock and Austin face the NWO live. I was terrified the whole time of pyros.
Good. My first live W show was WrestleMania 32?
Oh.
No, not 32, 23.
Oh, so that might have been a good one. No. Was it?
It was Taker Batista.
Oh, that was an okay match.
It was good. That was main. I don't remember anything else. Oh yeah, it was Bobby Lashley versus Umaga, and Donald Trump shaved Vince McMahon's head.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Hair versus hair rivalry.
After Donald Trump speared Vince McMahon and gave him a couple shoot punches.
Oh.
On the fucking floor.
I kind of remember that. And then Vince was bald for a while.
Yeah. I don't remember any other matches. I remember there was I remember there was Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys were there.
What the fuck?
And it was like a tag team big ladder match deal.
In 2005?
Yeah.
But was there a steps match?
No, that wasn't a thing.
Like the one with Rowan and Big Show?
It was before things got really stupid.
Yeah,
Which is about when I started watching.
Yeah. Well, you watched when they were starting to get a little bit better, though, right? That was 2014, wasn't it?
I started watching right when the Shield broke up.
Yeah. I remember you weren't into it yet, and I was showing you Bork Laser killing John Cena.
Oh yeah, you were showing me all these out of context, some decent, some really bad matches.
Well, yeah, because there was that, and I, for the first time, sat down and fully watched Hogan versus Andre. And we watched it together, and we were both just like, man, that was shit.
Then we watched Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior.
And man, was that shit.
Then we watched Hogan versus Ric Flair at TNA.
Did we watch that?
I think so. No, wait, it was Hogan versus Sting, and Ric Flair showed up.
In TNA?
I think so.
Did we watch Sting versus Abyss together?
No.
Okay, I watched that on my own in a casket match. I forgot what they called it. The casket's in the middle of the ring, fucking the whole thing up.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's taking up the entire ring. And there's it's all set up to look like a funeral, so there's flowers and shit everywhere. And it was just, Sting was just blowing up the whole match, and just, you see him crawling around. I felt bad for him.
I think one of the first things I showed Andrew when getting him into wrestling was the Sting Jeff Hardy match where Jeff was really fucked up.
Yeah, that's a classic.
He forced on Scorpion Death Drop and then shoot pinned him.
Mm-hmm.
That one's near and dear to my heart. That was the main event of that pay-per-view, right?
Yeah. It was less than a minute long.
Just imagine if this happened in WWE and that was Taker instead.
Oh, he'd do that shit.
Yeah.
No, he might beat the shit out of him.
Uh-huh. And then beat the shit out of him backstage. Because Taker doesn't like being made a fool of in front of the world.
Oh, that's another story. Taker and Sin Bodhi.
Oh, no.
It was with Kazarni. He in WWE is Kazarni getting ready backstage. He's digging through his bag and he's got a couple razor blades in there, but he's just fumbling through his bag. He's a little bit nervous. He's in WWE, whatever. And he nicks his finger and he comes back up. He doesn't realize, and blood starts gushing everywhere. Taker comes by. He's like, "Hey kid, you all right?" He shoves his hand behind him. He goes, and just not thinking and being starstruck by seeing the Undertaker, he goes, "Yes, sir, Mr. Undertaker. It's just a boo-boo." And apparently for the next several weeks, every time Undertaker saw Kazarni, he would say, "Hey kid, how's your boo-boo?"
Excellent.
Oh, Christ.
Dev, I gotta ask, as much as I liked your other Rhino story at the top of this podcast, that's not the one I meant.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if you want to tell that one.
That's why I'm not dropping the name of the actual person that was mostly involved in that one.
Because it was just like a straight up shoot on people.
I'm trying to remember.
You know which one? Giving a ride to somebody?
Oh, yep. I'm not talking about that one.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I'm not talking about that one.
I knew there was a reason that one wasn't being brought
online up. For the rest of my life.
That one, yeah, will get you like murdered.
Well, that one doesn't need to be out in the ether.
No, it's kind of...
That can stay between me and my close friends.
But that's like one of my favorite stories of all time.
No, tell us about wrestling for JCW.
Oh, God.
At the Gathering?
Oh, you were at a gathering?
I wasn't at a gathering. I've been on a couple JCW shows, though.
Oh.
How high were they, and how bad did it all suck?
Very much for both.
When JCW is running,
bury them.
I don't have to.
I know.
Nothing
he can say can do more damage to them than they do to themselves.
Right. Yeah. No, the clowns were for a long time. It got better towards the end. Like they were high all the time. Like you couldn't really talk to them for the most part. Like nothing really bad happened at JCW.
Oh.
Besides, like what the fans are trash.
Yeah.
Juggalos. For the most part, like you stick around until they're not as high anymore, and you get paid. But if you try to talk to them while they're that fucking high, you're not gonna get anything done.
Didn't they have a really crap gimmick for you or something?
They had crap gimmicks for
everyone.
To try and brand everybody as their own, they gave everybody like their own names, like these gimmicks they made up. Like my buddy Corky Robinson, he's a referee. For some reason, they insisted on him being called Bubbles. There's another dude who they made a butler, and he was known as Butler Jeeves.
That's just not even good.
Yeah, right.
They're not clever.
But the Juggalos eat it up.
Do they drink
I
lots
never
of
had the courage to ask, but did they make you wear clown makeup?
No. Okay. I wore clown makeup at I played a wrestling clown at Theater Bazaar.
Okay.
Which Theater Bazaar is a fucking blast. And I want to go back. They don't have wrestling anymore, but
oh.
They have a lot of weird kinky sex shit though.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Eyes Wide Shut?
No.
Oh, never mind then.
Andrew was supposed to work at Theater Bazaar with me 1 year.
And do what? Do what? Why is
well,
no
listen,
one...
there's this room at Theater Bazaar. Like, okay, so let me explain Theater Bazaar real quick. We're going off on a tangent here. Theater Bazaar is this yearly event that happens at the Detroit Masonic Temple. It's a Halloween themed event. It happens 2 weekends in October, and they take over, I think it's like 6 or 7 floors of the Masonic Temple. And it's all like professionally done, like all creepy Halloween, like creepy circus-esque type things. Like there's one floor where you can't see like a foot in front of your face because it's all in fucking red lighting, and there's fire breathers and shit. And like the whole purpose of this place is to make you as uncomfortable as possible.
Because it's Freemasons.
For the first hour. For the first hour, they let everybody in, but they're not allowed to leave the lobby. So you're cramming like 6,000 people.
That seems like a bad idea.
Into this lobby. And it's just super uncomfortable because you can see up a couple floors because it's all open. And there's all these robed figures just staring down at you for an hour. And you can't see their faces or anything. And as soon as they open the doors, you look up and those robed figures are gone. And then you get to explore.
Oh, you just go around wherever you want.
Yeah, there's different themed rooms. Like there's an entire room that's a burlesque show. There's a freak show. They have like 3 different live bands playing at one time. There's a room called the Fistorium. Yep.
Is that the room you were gonna work in?
No.
Goats.
Fisting happens in the Fistorium, if you were wondering. No, I worked in a room called the Observatory, which is this really creepy room where the robed dudes work. And basically, you go into this room. There's no talking, no looking at your cell phone. There's no creating obstructions or anything like that, because then you're kicked out of the room.
Oh.
There's basically just performances go on. At the head of the room, there's 3 thrones where there's 3 red-robed guys, and they sit there for the entire time, like 12 hours.
Not even getting up to go to the bathroom? Well, maybe they have catheters or something.
Well, I mean, there's breaks in between the acts and things like that, where they clear out the entire observatory, and then they're allowed to get up and go pee and stuff. Because I was one of those guys 1 year.
What, one of the red robe dudes?
Yeah.
You just sit there?
Yep. And they watch there's this little stage in front of the thrones, and then everybody else on the other side. And throughout the entire thing, like everybody's sitting in the chairs. You can't talk or anything. No photography because there's some nudity that happens in the room. And these robed guys, the black robed guys, just patrol and it's creepy as all fucking hell. It's
And they're
really
actually making sure you're not doing shit.
Yeah, it's really ominous and like this really creepy ass fucking eyes wide shut music.
And there used to be wrestling there?
Yeah, but it was all like themed weird circus stuff.
Yeah.
There were clowns, werewolves.
Would you wrestle for them again?
Yeah.
I actually still want to get trained at least. But, you know, that's a lot of money.
I'll tell you right now, training is the worst part of wrestling.
Oh, I bet. Because you have to actually be able to, like, get your cardio up and shit and take bumps. I'm old and lazy.
They're using their stimmy for it.
Oh,
What?
shit.
What?
Yeah, but you can't go to wrestling training right now.
Who's using Stimmy?
I'm saying, how many people do you think are you going to use their stimulus for wrestling training?
A lot.
And how many are just going to be yarders with it? Most of them.
Anyone who doesn't use it for...
Because they're all just going to be like, wrestling training or buy a ring.
Yeah, you can get a decent ring for like $1,200.
Yep.
I kind of want one in my backyard.
I'm actually considering using it for a gaming PC, so...
Do it.
You can get a 6-sided ring for like $3,000.
I never liked 6-sided rings.
The only people that use one... Well, does Impact still use one?
No, actually...
I don't think so.
Sometimes...
but
yeah.
AAA uses one.
The car insurance company?
No.
Yes.
The Mexican promotion. Oh, remember when we watched AAA, Triple Mania?
You guys watched Triple Mania?
Yeah, we watched Triple Mania a couple years ago.
I recall this.
I don't remember much of it because Mexican wrestling, the fans do this thing where they just blow air horns and other instruments for the entire time, and you have no idea what the fuck is going on because you're being assaulted by all of your senses.
It was kind of like watching the World Cup in South Africa with the vuvuzelas.
Right.
Oh.
So you're sitting there trying to focus on this wrestling match, and every like 2.5 seconds,
no actual tune to it.
Meanwhile, over in Japan, you can hear crickets.
Right. Yep. Really weird. And well, now that's everywhere. And it's really weird.
Yeah, but Japan's doing it out of respect. The rest of the world's doing it out of boredom.
I mean, Japan also does it for like music concerts.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. They'll clap when something happens.
I love how you said you felt the need to say music concerts and not just concerts.
Well, there is such a thing as like a comedy concert.
Ew! Don't call them that. Stand up.
It's a comedy show.
Ew.
Technically speaking, it's a concert.
Ew. That mean, wouldn't wrestling be a concert too?
It's usually not on a stage up in front of.
Isn't it though?
Semicircular.
Isn't it? They're not all the way around them.
Andrew, by that definition, would it be a donkey show concert?
Hell yeah. When we're going.
Well, what happens in the Festorium happens on a stage, so.
So that's a concert.
Yep. Well, I would feel even more uncomfortable if it was just happening in the middle of the room.
Some spelling bees also happen on stages. So is that a concert too?
Oh, I thought you were saying in the Festorium. Like have spelling bees in the Festorium. Just like adults just having a random spelling bee. Like, all right, time for the spelling bee, everyone.
Oh, pain. P-A-I.
The word is eloquent. Eloquent. E-L-Q.
Oh, shit.
Hey, if it pays.
Oh, no, Theater Bazaar is probably not happening this year because of the whole coronavirus thing.
When does it normally happen?
October.
Oh, God. It's just startling to think that October is so far away, and yet things might still be canceled by then.
If it's not canceled, we should go.
We just got bumped up to the 28th.
Just so you guys know, tickets to Theater Bazaar are like $90 a piece.
Oh shit!
I mean, it's worth it.
Costume is mandatory.
Can I be Batman?
Yes. You can do whatever you want, but costume is mandatory. If you show up to the door without a costume, they don't let you in.
I'll wear my cheeseburger costume when I was Kane in like 2016.
I believe masked costumes are preferable.
Yeah, it's a whole thing about hiding your identity.
How many times do Batmans
for the
show
anonymous
up?
Sex?
Sure.
Did you see any Batmans?
I saw a dude dressed as Buzz Lightyear.
Oh, all right. So I want to be Batman and go right to the Fistorium.
I can just wear my wrestling gear for my last gimmick.
Oh shit!
Why is that Batman making a beeline for the Fistorium?
Just so I could stand there awkwardly, like just glaring at the Fistorium in all full serious Batman act, like trying to actually pass myself off as Batman.
Also, Theater Bazaar has a sort of kind of mascot. There's this whole storyline behind Theater Bazaar.
What?
Like yeah. They have there's a whole story and like lore behind it.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's very creepy. It's very Freemason-esque.
So it is related to Freemasonry.
No, not Freemasons, but it's kind of got that same feel.
Oh, like they're trying to go for it.
Cultish.
Yeah.
The mascot is Zombo the Clown. And the guy who plays Zombo the Clown is also a wrestler.
Who?
He's just an Michigan indie dude.
I was hoping it was one of the Doinks. That would just be perfect.
Doink.
There are so many Doink the Clowns. Most of them unofficial. But I just love that there are Doink the Clowns. In multitudes.
Where's Zombo?
Zombocom.
Zombo.
Oh, good.
I just realized I could... Well, you guys wouldn't see it, but I could switch between camera angles in OBS.
You're so cool, Dan.
I could make a thing for each of us, but now I'm just switching it to me.
There's some stuff for Theater.
Oh no, no, I'm not. It's just a black screen. That's too racy.
It's like legit.
Whoa.
Was that nudity? It was really fucking blurry, so I don't think
that was a man.
Oh, okay.
Because that makes it better?
It's fine.
Hey.
Male nipples aren't censored.
Okay.
That's only on Twitch. I don't know.
Oh, that's a little too racy for YouTube. Yeah, so is that. Oh god. Oh, this one's fucking cool. Okay, so there's they do well, I guess by Edge's definition, concerts. But I'm gonna call them shows because that's what sane people do. There's this show called The Devil's Tightrope. You know the dudes that like take the hooks and like put them through their skin and shit, right?
Did somebody put one in their butt?
No.
Okay.
Well, there are people that hang there from hooks the entire night. But Devil's Tightrope is you take two large men and you put several hooks in their back. They're all attached to this one rope, to which somebody then walks on it while it's on fire. And the entire time, these two large men are being like, the reason that the rope is held taut is because they also have hooks in their forearms that are being held tight. They're being pulled on by these men in black robes.
I don't want to go anymore.
It's a good time. It's fun.
This is you as Batman at the Fistorium.
That's too racy. That's not even a fist. That's a hand. That's for the Handorium. I want to go to the Handorium.
That was your only problem with that?
Yeah. Never mind a man a clown man is being ripped apart.
But that would be a reaction, right?
More of a smile. Did we all just do a face?
Yeah.
Thumbnail.
Yes.
The best part of working as one of the black-robed guys at Theater Bazaar was when you got drunk chicks in the observatory that couldn't keep their mouths shut. What you would do is like you kind of just do a hand signal to the other like 5, 6 dark-robed guys in the room, and they all rush over and make a giant circle around the fucking chick. And it's intimidating as shit. Because you have these 6 dudes in dark robes that you can't see their faces just staring down at you like you're a fucking child.
Until you stop.
Until you stop or you're forced out.
Are they the ones forcing you out?
What? Oh, yeah.
They just grab you and drag you out?
Well, grabbing and dragging is an issue.
It's technically assault.
Yeah, can't do that.
But nobody's allowed to film it, so who knows?
Right.
What happens in Theater Bazaar stays in Theater Bazaar.
For the most part.
If it was the Freemasons, they'd probably just kill you.
You just exposed us.
Us? I didn't know you were Freemasons.
No, I mean, we're now in danger from the Freemasons because you said that in a public forum.
I'm a Scientologist.
Oh, okay. You're safe then.
Let them fight.
Andrew, why do you have a safari hat on?
I don't know.
You look like Zeb Coulter.
Oh. I just think of that stupid Mex America gimmick.
Why was Zeb Coulter with Jack Swagger?
Because they were trying to find someone to get Jack Swagger over, and you can't. I'm sorry, you just can't.
Jake Hager.
Yeah. We the People was like the most over thing about him.
Oh, yeah. I forgot Jack Swagger and Cesaro were a thing.
Yeah. And then Jack Swagger and Alberto Del Rio were also a thing.
I like Del Rio.
He was alright.
You mean Roberto El Patron?
Oh, it's still Alberto.
Yeah, you racist.
Roberto.
Remember when he came to our Ring of Honor and he's like, "This is my home," and then immediately left Ring of Honor?
And then continued. He wrestled half that match with his shirt on.
Yeah, that was really
and
weird.
It was making me so shirt mad.
Off.
Yeah.
And then he did, and he got a huge pop. That was a good show.
Yeah, it was. There was that one dude that was like Cesaro, kind of, sort of. It reminded me of him.
BJ Whitmer?
No, but I wanted to get to that guy because that guy had some funny chants about him. Stretch him out, Jimmy, or whatever.
BJ.
Yeah, I thought
there was a work, Jimmy. No, that was BJ was yelling at Jimmy.
That was BJ?
Yeah.
I thought that was just a dude in the crowd.
No, that was BJ.
No, because remember when BJ came out, the guy was shaming him. He's like, "No, BJ, you had your turn." When BJ came out and interrupted Roderick Strong's match.
Oh.
You don't remember that?
Maybe.
Because he was like, because first he cheered him, and then he interfered too much in the match, and he's like, "You had your turn!" And he wanted him to leave. And then, didn't they restart the match?
I don't know, man. It's all a blur.
Yeah, it is.
It was like 5-6 years ago.
Several years ago.
Because I saw NJPW and NXT, and I don't remember either of them. It was a couple years ago. I remember NJPW was the better show, because NXT worked, like, really weirdly. Something about their matches were off for that show. They were in the same venue, like, a month apart. Kind of sad I don't remember NJPW's show at all.
When wrestling comes back to being a live thing, we should go to another show. What? Here's a dude I think is fucking hilarious. Donovan Danhausen.
Yes, I follow him on Twitter. I like him.
Well, I know him, you bitch.
Oh, poopy. I have no idea who you guys are talking about. Please explain.
He wears paint.
The old school creepy horror gimmick.
Yeah.
I've sent you things. But you don't watch them.
Are you parting your beard?
Yes.
But he wears face paint. And I
he
think
adds Hausen onto the end of everything.
Yeah.
Mm.
And he does the Pee Wee Herman dance, the tequila dance in matches.
No.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him wrestle. I follow him on Twitter and it's funny.
His gimmick is basically old school horror cringe.
Yeah.
And he has an obsession with teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen tweets of him pouring them down people's throats.
Mm-hmm. One of my favorite things he's done. He ran a talk show, like an interview segment. Yeah.
I think Ring of Honor hired him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they just had the hashtag hire Danhausen as one of their tweets.
Yep.
Because that was like a thing. Was he kept harassing them to do it, telling them to buy him a blimp and stuff. Mm-hmm. I also follow Effie.
Oh, Effie, yeah.
He's pretty cool. Do you know him too?
I don't know Effie.
Oh. You know Orange Cassidy?
I know of Orange Cassidy. Listen, those guys all came from different areas.
I know. But they all like each other's tweets, so now I have to ask if you know them.
A lot of those guys are Chicago or SoCal.
You know
CM Punk?
Yeah, we were about to ask in unison, but then I was just I'll just let him ask.
By the time I was in wrestling, Punk was already in WWE.
Was he? Oh.
Yeah, he was gone from the independents, but his main circuit was he went to Chicago and Michigan because he used to wrestle for XICW. Edge, Christian, and CM Punk did.
Oh shit.
Yep. Michigan.
Do you know Colt Cabana?
Yeah, I know Colt
personally.
He's been on a few shows with him.
Oh, you actually do know him? Would he know you by name? Would he recognize you?
No.
Oh.
No.
Probably just that guy that was there.
Yeah, he was there to do a job. We shook hands, whatever, and then left each other alone.
He and CM Punk had a falling out, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they're still kind of...
I think Punk actually was trying to sue him.
I thought he was trying to sue Punk.
I think it was the other way around.
Because I think the basis for it is Punk was on his podcast. They buried WWE's medical team, and that caused the head doctor to sue them. And I think Colt says CM Punk was going to cover the legal costs, but then CM Punk covered his legal costs and dipped, supposedly. I think that's the reason for the beef. He's like, nah, I got my own lawyer, bye.
Oh, you're right.
And then Colt Cabana's like, I'm not as rich as you.
It says he sued him for breach of contract and fraud.
Okay, for not honoring the agreement to be on the podcast?
Sure.
Because I can see that. You're gonna come on. What if we invited somebody?
It says here, CM Punk filed a countersuit.
For what?
Cabana.
I gotta hear this.
So you were both right.
Legally, they canceled out, and nobody lost or won. I know CM Punk was talking shit. He was like, you just had me on there for clout or whatever, which I kind of felt like he did anyway.
It says in this suit, Punk alleged that Cabana refused to contribute monies to the Loeb firm's defense of both parties. So he wasn't helping to pay for court costs.
So they basically pointed the finger at each other and said that.
Yeah. Punk stated in the suit that he paid $1.2 million in attorney's fees and other expenses related to the lawsuit.
But didn't Colt pay some too? I'm pretty sure Colt paid his own way through it.
It says Cabana alleged in his lawsuit that he and Punk had a verbal contract that would have absolved Cabana from paying any legal fees.
Honestly, well, yeah, because CM Punk's the one that came onto his podcast and started talking all that shit.
Oh, sweet Jesus!
Cabana shouldn't have even been sued. He was just hosting CM Punk. Should have just been like, okay, I mean, that was clearly CM Punk talking all that shit.
Yeah, but then Cabana released it.
Yeah, and I get that, but they should have just been like, let's just go after the guy that actually said it. You know, people and money. Did they lose?
I don't fucking know. I don't want to look it up either.
I bet they eventually had to settle, because then that would have meant WWE would have had to have proved he was talking shit, and they probably couldn't. He was probably right about everything he said. We did make CM Punk shit himself. I still love that story. It's probably all true, though. I say that's my opinion.
I don't want your opinion, Dan.
I just don't want to be sued, because I just fucking talked about it myself. Why is that red?
Have you guys watched Wrestling Road Diaries?
No.
I have not.
I only watched
Colt Cabana's documentary.
Oh. I don't know if I like Colt Cabana.
He's a funny dude. But Wrestling Road Diaries, the first one, is about him, Sal, I can't never pronounce his name. Okay, let's call him Jobber Sal, because he's a jobber. It's about him, Sal, and Bryan Danielson on the road for Bryan Danielson's farewell tour before he went to WWE. It's really fucking good. You should give it a watch. I didn't watch the second one, but I watched the third Wrestling Road Diaries, and it's him. What the fuck's it? Irish dude that was on TNA for a while. He's a purely comedy wrestler. Fuck.
I don't know. No, that's racist.
Drew McIntyre.
He's Scottish.
Great Khali.
Close.
Shit.
Hornswoggle.
Fit Finley. Well, now we're just.
I'm having a hard time here.
I don't even know who this. Shark Boy.
Jack Swagger.
It's not Shark Boy.
Samoa Joe. Hulk Hogan.
Doesn't even say.
Donald Trump.
Kurt Angle.
Oh, it's Grotto. So it's Colt Cabana, Grotto, and Kikutaro, who's all three of them are comedy wrestlers. One of them is Irish, one of them is American, and the other is
Colt Cabana.
Japanese. I should have said one of them is Irish, one of them is Japanese, and one of them is a Jew.
Oh Jesus!
But that's probably the best one.
Is the Great Khali in it?
No, why would he be in it?
Why wouldn't he?
He's not funny, nor do I consider him a wrestler.
Don't tell him that. He'll fucking try to kill you in real life.
Well, he'll bitch me out with his yes.
He was gonna beat up Johnny Knoxville.
You could try.
I think he'd probably kill us all.
With his big mitten hands and his glass jaw.
He started moving the table because I think Johnny Knoxville said something like, "Do you take up 2 seats?" And he was finally like, "You're not taking me seriously," because he views himself as a serious competitor. And
he's an Indian Lurch from the Addams Family.
That's what WWE used him as, but he thought he was champion at the time.
Like, it blows my mind that the Great Khali has a wrestling school.
I know. He killed somebody during his training. They say the guy was already concussed and kind of half dead, and insisted that he do a move on him that he didn't want to do, but still.
Punja Burger.
Is that a good note to end it on? Punja Burger?
Did you guys watch Dark Side of the Ring?
I've seen some of it.
Some of it?
I don't want to watch the darker episodes.
They got the one out about Chris Benoit. Then they got. Do they have an Owen Hart one?
No, I don't think so yet.
There's another one, and now there's the New Jack one.
Oh God.
Yeah, that one I kind of want to see. And I saw Bravo, how he got assassinated.
Mm-hmm.
I watched most of
they're
that.
probably gonna do Bruiser Brody.
They did do Bruiser Brody, I think.
Did? How he was murdered?
Yeah, I think they did. Maybe I'm confusing that with Dino Bravo. No, I think they did Bruiser Brody too. I think I started watching it. It's all a blur. I know.
Have you seen the shit about Teddy Hart?
No.
How he's continually getting like put in jail for abusing his girlfriend and like running a potential sex ring of underage girls.
Isn't he related to Bret Hart?
Distantly.
And wasn't he? I remember there was already stuff about him getting in like legal trouble before this.
He's a piece of shit, dude.
Yeah, it fucking sounds like it because this is just the worst so far.
Yeah, he's a mess. His girlfriend is Maria Maneater from Ring of Honor.
She's still dating him.
Yeah.
Well, maybe none of it's true. I hope.
And with that,
Teddy Hart's a piece of shit, and he's what's wrong with the wrestling business.
Yep, he's what's killing wrestling.
How do you fix it? Kill Teddy Hart.
Bring back Punja Burger.
Make Zigor Mortis a thing.
Make Zigor Mortis great again.
That will save the wrestling business.
Bring back Eric Rowan.
And all of his clones.
Yeah, because you had a stable of Eric Rowans in 2K15.
Feud of the century to save the wrestling business. Zigor Mortis versus Team Marushan.
Who is that?
Dolph Ziggler, Edge, and DDP.
They all had ramen themed outfits.
Yes.
Oh, we also had 80s Undertaker. No, not 80s, early 90s Undertaker in there, and he was beef ramen because he had darker hair, but it was still curly.
I remember this. Some of this.
You remember the DDP and Ziggler portion of it because we did the Undertaker one recently.
I remember hearing about beef ramen though.
Beef ramen,
which is perfect because he's related to cheeseburger.
One of my favorite stables that I put in 2K15 would be Randy or 10 because there were like 5 different Randy Ortons that were virtually identical as DLC, and I just put them all together in a stable.
Yeah.
I'm upset that we didn't get Suicidal Tyson Kidd on video.
I know. That was like the best thing ever.
What did he do?
The controls are awful in 2K15, so specifically the tracking for like the targeting system. So and the game gets really confused when you target somebody outside of the ring and you're on the top rope and then they slide inside of the ring. Something happens in the coding where it can't figure out how to do moves from the top rope when that happens. So when that happened as Tyson Kidd, and I went to do Tyson Kidd's finisher, he just decided I'm not going to do it to the guy who just slid into the ring. I'm going to do it to the empty outside.
So he just like flops headfirst down onto the floor.
Damn, I wish there was a clip of that. Yeah, that game sucked. 2K14 was so good too.
Anything after the SmackDown vs. Raw series sucked ass.
I think the immediate sequels sucked, but I actually remember liking 2K14. I rented 2K12 at one point and hated it and played it once, but something about 2K14 I liked. And then 15 was a new developer and it was garbage.
You know what I liked?
What?
I liked how in the original SmackDown vs. Raw game, in any of the creative characters, they all looked like weird Homo sapien Prometheus monkey people with puffed out mouths and big lips.
Yeah. Who the hell took over that development?
Well, now they got seemingly a partnership with EA. Look at this. Brock Lesnar creator wrestler from SmackDown. What I tell you?
Ooh.
Oh, this is a. Oh, yep.
Oh no. Who's that?
It's supposed to be Eugene.
I thought that was like the Great Khali or something.
Nope. Buckaroo.
It looks vaguely human.
Shit. Oh, shit. Okay, question. Billy Gunn or Gary Busey?
Both. Yes.
God bless it.
Oh, I watched the Dark Side of the Ring about Bart Gunn and the
Bart
Brawl
Gunn.
for All.
Make that the thumbnail.
Bonus clip. Fuck yes.
What
Bonus.
It's Taker and Roman. Well, yep, bye. That's today's moral. Need
Hire
problem
Butterbean.
solved. Yep. Hire Butterbean. Knock him the fuck out.
Sounds good. Let's do that.
Now I'm gonna hit stop recording. Perfect.